guys today. I'd like to thank you for coming. Hope you're having a good time. What we're actually going to do for questions is we have a microphone. If you guys have any questions you'd like to ask any of our guests, just feel free to walk up. Please ask away, and we'll take it from there. Hi. We can introduce ourselves if you do that.
Oh, okay. My name is Tom Whalen from Tripwire Productions. I work out of New York City, and I'm a director and voice actor working in the anime business for a while. I used to work for Central Park Media. I was a producer, and I started producing and directing their dubs, and then went off on my own, and I worked on a bunch of stuff like Now and Then Here and There, and Utena, and Alien 9, and World of Norway, and Ichi the Killer, and lots of crazy stuff for CPM. And then I started directing shows for 4Kids, which is pretty much your Saturday morning Fox lineup. I directed a show called Mew Mew Power for them, another one, Magical Do Re Mi. I directed some G.I. Joe, and currently I'm directing Pokemon. And I did the last movie that just came out, The Rise of Darkrai. I'm sure you all saw it. It's spectacular. And then the 11th season, which will be hitting the airways in 3 weeks, I think. They were saying somewhere in the middle of April. And also, I have another project coming up for a new anime company called Anime Who. They're based out of California, and they're doing a boxing show, which is originally entitled Futari no Joe, and they're calling it Joe versus Joe. And I'm starting that in about a week, so that's me.
And I'm Colleen Blinkenbeard, and I work mostly for Funimation. All my directing work is for Funimation. I started off with Kitty Grade, the last part of it, and then I directed half of Full Metal Alchemist, and then Kodacha, and moved on to things like Negama and Moonphase, and Tsubasa Chronicles, and now I'm line producing for Funimation, and I have stepped back on the directing front, and I have directors working for me, so.
Like me.
Like, this is one of my newer directors.
My name's Monica Rial. I've been in the industry for about 9 years now, working as a voice actress for ADD Films and Funimation. Just worked for Little Gedeon and a couple of other places across the United States. I just recently started working as a director on a show called Triple X Holic, which I really enjoyed.
Sounds like a show about like a porn addict or something.
No, they just like the X's a lot.
Okay.
The X's are a blank. They stand for blank holic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any questions?
All right.
Okay, Tom, can you please give the whole anime community an apology for working for the most evil dubbing company ever made?
No.
Very nice.
You guys, some of you who get upset like that, you don't get it. It's. Some people think like 4Kids. I'm assuming you're talking about.
4Kids.
Okay, 4Kids doesn't have an in for you or any of you. Okay, 4Kids is a corporation. And now, not to say that doesn't make them, a little mechanical, but they're a corporation. They don't do things to piss people off. They just do what they got to do. There's something on TV, and these guys will know this, called standards and practices. The FCC, the government, they're the ones who make the decisions. No corporation is going to license a show and spend money to edit the crap out of it if they don't have to.
Well,
and that's the thing. And listen, somebody, you might say that the fault then lies in, well, why did you choose this show for children's programming hours? But the fact that all the cuts that get made and the changes that get made, a lot of those are government. You cannot have people smoking Saturday mornings. You cannot have people drinking. You can't have the excessive violence. And that's why that happens.
Yeah, things that I'm totally fine with. It's for content. I understand stuff, but stuff I need to make it appropriate for kids. But still, does changing soundtracks and stuff, is that government mandated?
It's all about. It's a business, man. It's all about licensing. It's all about.
Yeah, before it's a failing business. They've been going downhill since 2003 or so.
I guess. I mean, listen, man. like I said, I'm not, I don't have their stock, I don't have their salary, but I'll tell you, they are, and this is true, the most successful anime company in history. If you talk about the people who invested when they went public 10 years ago, have multiplied their money times 100 because of Pokemon. Just the anime industry, now I'm not like their cheerleader, these are just facts. The anime industry wouldn't be nearly anywhere have gone where it is if not for them getting things like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! On TV. It's sort of a necessary evil. I understand why people get upset why they don't like it, but the success of shows like that shed light on so many other things, like that shirt that you're wearing right there, that networks never would have been like, getting anime on their TV and allowing that programming and thinking people aren't going to watch this without the success of like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And they chopped them up to make them, viable for the masses. And unfortunately, that was like a necessary evil. When you're in this business, if you're like, let's say you're a writer, you write a screenplay, and it's your baby, and I love this screenplay, and if it's your first one, you have to sell out. And you have to give it away, and you have to let them change the crap out of it. And then if it sells, maybe the next one you get to do your way. So that's just the way it works, man. I know people get upset about it, but you gotta understand, they don't have it in for you.
I understand they don't have it. I understand they don't have it in for me. I think that a lot of stuff they do isn't entirely necessary, and they haven't had any success since Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much, and
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is very successful.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of the few things they've actually done right, because
Vita Pinata is very successful.
I know the games already, didn't know the show was.
Well, that's what it's about. Like, nobody makes money off of TV shows. You make money off the revenue that the TV shows then produce, which is the stuff. And it's a tremendously popular Xbox 360 game. Bill Gates even says it's his children's favorite game. Things like that. So there's success on a level beyond that. Because even Ninja Turtles, the ratings were always kind of crappy. But this stuff sold like crazy. So anyway, so I appreciate your question and comment, but we should probably move on to somebody else.
A chance to ask.
And you and me can argue later.
Hi guys, I appreciate all the work you guys do. So, this question is towards Colleen. I've had this question for years, and I actually don't really understand. What is a line producer? Because I've always tried to figure it out. But I know there's ADR, director, producer, executive producer, and I always see them in the credits, and I just get really confused. I'm like,
wondering what it is they do. Yeah, I totally understand. A line producer actually for Funimation is not technically what a line producer is supposed to be. Line producers in the outside industry, in the films and the main industry, is actually more of a person who does the coordinating of talent. What I actually do is I take charge of one particular property creatively. So basically, they come to me and they tell me that my new property is Holic. And the brand manager is responsible for the marketing. And then I take it from the, from the creative standpoint and work it all the way to the end. So I watch over the writers and make sure that we're handling everything the correct way. I review the scripts to make sure that everything is consistent every single time. I assign a director, and if I want to, I cast the show, or I let the director cast the show. And then as they're doing their episodes, they contact through me anybody that they need to ask questions, that kind of thing. I make sure everybody's got their schedules straight. And then when they get done with the episode, they turn it in to me, I review it and make any changes I want to make, and then I send it on to Mix. The mixers mix the episode and then send it back to me, and I double check everything to make sure I like the mix. And then it leaves my hands, then I'm done with it. But
that's a lot of work.
It's basically responsible for making everything cohesive within the world of the series.
So it's almost like kind of like the head writer thing where they kind of oversee the writing.
Kind of. It's like, basically I'm a creative producer. That would be the correct title, creative.
Do you do One Piece?
No, Mike is responsible for One Piece, thank God.
Yeah, that's always that.
Oh my gosh, that would be such a headache. No, I couldn't do the VN. Do the producer.
Yeah, that'd be too much. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.